I am on the Kinabatangan River in Sabah in Malaysia. This is one of the best places to see wildlife in the whole of Borneo. It's home to so many amazing species like the proboscis monkey, the orangutan, the saltwater crocodile, and even the pygmy elephants of Borneo. While a lot of the upper river has been severely disrupted by logging and plantations, these reserves down the southern end are what allows people like us to come and see amazing sights like these incredible elephants. My name's Lynn Sutherland. I'm an adventurer and an environmentalist. I travel the world in my quest to understand the impacts we are having on our planet. My journey takes me deep into the habitat of endangered animals, where people are working hard to preserve the biodiversity of our planet. We need to understand how our ecosystems work and join the race against time to preserve the valuable life on our planet. Sabah is a state of Malaysia on the island of Borneo. With high rainfall, it supports stunning old-growth forests and some of the richest biodiversity of flora and fauna anywhere in the world. On this action-packed episode, I will scour mountains, dive surrounding oceans, search for magnificent and endangered wildlife, and seek to help others preserve Sabah's best natural assets. To understand the lay of the land, I would join the best guides from Borneo Trails and gather local knowledge from wildlife experts. My first mission to scour Mount Kinabalu, the highest peak in Borneo. To understand this terrain, I met with Jamali Nice from Sabah Parks. There's quite a few parks in Sabah as well, aren't there?
Yes, we at Sabah Park, so we have altogether 8 parks. There's 3 terrestrial park. We have 5 marine park. Kinabalu Park, the most special of all, and the best park in this region in Southeast Asia.
Passionate about that, hey?
I'm a local boy. It's a World Heritage. It was declared a World Heritage Site on the 2nd of December 2000. And the size is about the size of the whole Singapore nation.
Wow.
And it's really special because there's Mount Kinabalu, which is a freestanding tropical mountain. You don't find that in many places in the tropical realm. And there are 5 zones: the lowland zone, and then the sub-mountain zone, and then the mountain zone and alpine zone.
Wow.
All in one mountain. And because of the wide range of altitude, then you get plenty of different kind of species, plant, animal.
So she stands at 4,095.2 metres.
Yes.
Is that to the highest peak?
That's the highest peak, and that's the highest.
Is that lowest peak or is
That's lowest peak.
Lowest peak. That's the highest peak.
It's INA because lowest peak, but it's very very high.
Hello. Hi, good evening. Welcome to Muslim Nature Resort.
Thank you. Wow. It was time to head to my base camp, Mesalu Nature Lodge.
You like it? Yeah. Welcome drink. We call it teh tarik halia, yeah?
Oh, yum.
Thank you. Cheers.
I ate plenty to gain energy for tomorrow's mountain assault. Well, it's a beautiful morning, and what a way to wake up in the middle of the rainforest. This is where I got to spend last night. Now, it rained last night, but I hear that's just to water the plants. It's chilly, but it's the perfect day to climb a mountain. Well, we're here at the start of the trek. The walkers are starting to gather. The mountain is that way. We've had our gear weighed, 55 kilos. I feel sorry for our porters. But what they don't realise is they might have to carry me the last little bit as well, and they didn't account for that. But pretty exciting. The mountain is dead ahead. We're in the lower section. We're about 2,100 metres high at the moment. And we're in the beautiful mountain forest. Wow, we've made it. 1 kilometre. Woo, woo. It just gets better and better. Look at that, Ryan.
Very nice.
It's incredible. There are some amazing waterfalls coming all the way down this mountain. Pretty specky.
Leah,
Yeah?
this is some of the medicine plant. This young leaf, you just chewing, and then put in the when you wound yourself, just put it. About 2 minutes, 3 minutes, they can stop your blood.
Wow, that's great.
Even you have a stomach problem, you can take this leaf, all this leaf, boil it, drink the warm water. Yeah,
So
this
it's
is
good
a
for
traditional-
tummies and good for
Yeah.
bleeding. So what's it called?
This is a paka in our language.
In Dusun.
Tribes.
Cool. Well, I think medicinal plants are a huge thing that have been unexplored, aren't they? We always go to the chemist to buy medicine, but you guys know how to get it out of your forest.
Well, we've been doing some research on that, and we observed that our elders are very knowledgeable about the forest, the non-timber forest product, medicinal plants, but it is not being passed to the younger generation. Yeah. And Sabah, together with several other agencies, are working towards not only promoting the use, but also creating awareness.
At Mount Kinabalu, not only may you find medicinal plants and jungle foods, but it is in the top 5 hotspots for plant biodiversity anywhere in the world, based on unit area. There are over 800 species of orchids, the world's largest pitcher plant, and a variety of other exotic species. This one's pretty, Ryan. What's this one? So can you eat this one?
No, only in 49 species of wild ginger, you only can able to eat the 2 species of wild ginger.
So I better not eat this one.
No.
Don't eat the red ones.
Yes.
Cool, 2.5 already. But apparently the first 3 kilometres, that's the easy part. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I feel feeling quite energetic and quite lively. The air's so super fresh, and you can always hear the sound of running water because there's just so much water falling off the mountain. There's waterfalls and there's rivers that we're crossing, and then there's so many different plants, and of course you can hear the birds and the cicadas. They can get really, really loud. But then you come across these corners where you turn and it's just covered in these green mosses, and it reminds you of like Gondwana land back with the dinosaurs or Lord of the Rings, and it's a really beautiful mountain. But we've got a pretty big hike ahead of us, so I'm gonna have to move on up. And although you gasp for breath because it's getting cooler as we get higher, and you can feel the oxygen starting to disappear, it's just so beautiful. It takes your mind off the effort. It's easy. The way that this mountain looks, it's crazy. It looks like it's got horns or ears or something like that. It's just very graphic mountain. And sometimes the cloud comes in super fast and it swirls around the peaks. It's like a big mystery. We've stepped out of the real beautiful rainforest sort of forest, and now we're heading off for the final ascent to the hut. And look at the shrubbery here. It's much lower and it's a much different, completely different environment. It's like Alice in Wonderland. I know last time that I was bragging a little bit about this was pretty easy. Well, that was before I just did these 1,000 stairs. Now, I'm starting to change my mind. But I tell you what, onwards and upwards, it's the only way to get there. Plod one foot in front of the other. This is it. This is pretty much, I've just made it at sunset. As you can see, the sun is setting and the hut that we're staying in tonight is literally right up there. It's getting dark. I've got to be like within 30, 40 meters of it right now. So this is it. I'm getting to the peak. I'm getting, well, we do that tomorrow, but I'm getting to our first stop for our accommodation tonight. Local Sabah tea. Well, it's 2 a.m. in the morning and everybody's just having breakfast and they're getting ready to leave to head up the mountain. Of course, it drizzled and rained just to make life a little bit more interesting for us, so we've had to get the waterproofs out. It's a bit cold, but apparently it's going to be freezing at the top. Let's go. Yeah, we race. Want to race you? Me and you? Right?
We welcome many people, and the demand to climb the mountains is very high. The people we are able to accommodate is far less than the demand, the actual demand. We limit the number of climbers to 192 per day.
And this is where it gets interesting. This is where we start climbing the rock face. It gets pretty slippery up here, so let's go. Pretty slippery. Well, we've made it to the 7-kilometre mark. We are 3,653 metres high. Now, we have to get to Lowe's Peak, which is up here, so we have about 1.7 kilometres to go. See you at the top. We've reached the checkpoint. They've got to make sure that we're legally on the mountain, so I have to show the man my tag.
Well, it's good economy, because sustainability, we really believe that that's our asset, our environment, and our biodiversity is our asset. And if we don't manage them prudently now, how long can they last? But if we do what we are doing now, we think that this can last forever.
Well, it's now daylight and we've made it pretty much to the top. We've still got a little ways to go, but you can see the donkey ears. These are the donkey ears we could see from the bottom. But the clouds have moved in, which is a bit of a shame. It was a little bit clearer before. But look at this, it's like a moonscape up here.
The local people, we, the Dusun people, revere the mountain. We held the mountain very sacred because our ancestor thinks that the spirit of our dead go up the mountain and it's their resting place. So it's a sacred mountain, and don't touch it, don't denigrate it, and don't denude it.
Treating the land with respect is often not followed through. Local guides inform me the average temperature on the top of the mountain used to be below freezing, but in recent years, it's lucky to fall below 8 degrees. If this is so, we should understand the signs of climate change and the need for biodiverse regions to remain as planet cooling mechanisms. Our forward journey showed just how much natural habitat has been lost here in Sabah to palm oil plantations, a contributing factor to climate change. But my guides inform me that there is some positive changes being made. My next adventure would take me into the sanctuary in the middle of a palm oil plantation. I'm at Lubuk Bay Proboscis Sanctuary, and as you can see, this is a sanctuary for the amazing proboscis monkey. Now, the special thing about this is it's actually a sanctuary inside a palm oil plantation, which is a little bit, I guess, of a contradiction, but at least this palm oil plantation has saved a reserve for many of the species that would otherwise be lost if this was under palm oil. So it also gives us the opportunity to come and witness these guys up close and personal and look at them. These have to be one of the cutest monkeys you can get. The biggest nose in Borneo, Mr. Proboscis monkey. And these guys are real characters. But there are many species requiring assistance to exist in this modern world. So I visited another reserve sepalok set up to preserve orangutans. Sepalok also has a new facility for rescued sun bears. Here, I met a very passionate sun bear expert, Dr. Wong. Amazing setup that you've got here, the Bornean Sun Bear Conservation Centre. But how did you know about sun bears? Was it a speciality of yours?
Yes, I've been working with sun bears since 1998. That's the first time where I did ecological study on wild sun bear in Sabah, and since then I start to develop the passion, the interest, the loves on sun bears.
How many bears in this pen?
We have 4 in this pen, and the other pens have 6 there.
We have a beautiful little female sun bear just down here. She's looking for food all over the forest floor. So what do these guys eat?
In the forest, sun bear eats a variety of food. Yeah, when there are fruits, they would gorge themselves with fruits, especially ficus. And then when fruits is not available, then they have to switch from fruits to other food items such as invertebrates, insects, termites, ants, beetles, beetle grubs, honey, beehive, anything.
This organisation relies on its dedicated team of international volunteers. Once you take the animals out of the forest, care demands around-the-clock attention. Is he growing up? Is he fully
this is a full-grown,
Wow.
adult sun bear in prime age. This is as big as the Bornean sun bear can grow.
Wow.
Too. It won't be any bigger than that.
So how many kilograms would he be?
He's about 45.
45 kilos.
45
He's a fully grown male.
Yeah, fully grown males.
Yeah.
And these are the fully grown female.
Isn't
This
she
is
beautiful?
Yeah. So what right now you're seeing is that we are feeding the bears with their afternoon snack. The bears are fed 4 times a day. Right now, the keepers are giving them vegetables and tomato. And then we try to feed our bears with as many variety of fruits and vegetables as possible. And then this afternoon is this green vegetable called kangkong and also tomato. And then later on, the dinner will be served eggs, rice porridge, and then this one I saw Lignet preparing bananas, papaya, and so there's a variety of.
It's just like a resort. So how many people are in this facility?
Right now we have, including myself, 11 staff. 11 full-time staff and also volunteers. And so far we have, over the last 5 years, we have more than 900 volunteers come and help us.
Wow, that's
So this project is pretty much about volunteerism. Sun bear play many important ecological roles that cannot be replaced by other animals. Say, for example, they are important seed dispersal. So when they eat fruits, They carry their seed in their digestive tract and then defecate far away from the mother tree. And a lot of the fruits that the sunbear eats are big-seeded fruits. And only sunbears in this forest can be able to do that. And then the second is that they are forest doctors. By consuming termite nests, for example, they actually keep the population of termite in this forest in an equilibrium conditions. When sunbears feed on a bee nest on the main tree trunk, they excavate the tree trunk and then create these cavities. And these cavities later on will be used by other species such as hornbills or flying squirrels as nesting site. Without sunbears, without nesting site, no nesting site for the hornbills, and the population of hornbill will be affected. And then fourthly, when the sunbear is feeding on forest floor, they do a lot of digging. They actually enhance the nutrient cycle, in the forest floor. It's just like farmers tilted the land. Yeah, so they are forest farmers.
They play a lot of roles.
Many, many roles, and obviously there are many that we still do not, we're still learning.
How many bears have you got in this facility here?
In this center, we have 28 bears right now. So all of this has been rescued from all over Sabah, and every bear have their own story. Sun bears still remain the least known bear in the world, and not many people, including local Malaysians, knows that there is a bear called sun bears. Everybody knows about giant panda, but unfortunately, not many people knows about sun bears. So we have a lot of work to do in terms of, raise awareness and educate the public about sun bears. And then with the facilities like that set up, we actually can ease a lot of the research work on the ground. And finally, for those individuals who still have the hope to return into the wild, we want to give that opportunity for the individual to return back to the wild. Sun bears belongs to the forest. They are forest-dependent species. They belong to live in the wild and not in cages. Sun bears are found in all different sort of forest type, and lowland dipterocarp, is the prime habitat for sun bears. We found sun bears in Borneo range up to montane forest up to 2,000 meters, where the forest is not dipterocarp, is montane oak forest. But again, they are very adaptable species. They can live in limestone forest, for example. As long as the forest is good, big enough, and away from human disturbance, they can make a living.
Learning about the crucial role of the sun bears and how these old-growth forests showcase millions of years of evolution, I wanted to head to one of Sabah's largest tracts of protected land, Danam Valley.
Some of the trails.
Primary rainforests are old-growth forests that have never been logged and are the best habitats for all wildlife. They boast an upper-storey canopy with tall, towering trees. These forests in Sabah are some of the most biodiverse anywhere in the world. Not bad, is it? It's just unreal. You really see the difference in the beauty of an old-growth forest because it's not only got the lower canopy, but it's also got that amazing upper story. Selective logging is okay in certain areas, but to leave our old-growth forest in this day and age is so crucial because so much of this habitat's come down for all the species. So you can just see how important these really, really big trees are and how beautiful they are. So many species rely on these areas, and every time we clear more forests, we are changing the web of life that we rely on for our survival. It has come to a critical point. So many species have become endangered. There should be no room left for primary forest destruction anywhere in the world. Well, we've made it to the river. This is where we jump on our boat to get to the Borneo Nature Lodge. Apparently it's only 5 minutes and we're there. The Kinabatangan River is the second longest river in Malaysia, with a length of 560 kilometres from where it starts in the mountains of southwest Sabah all the way to its outlet at the Sulu Sea. In 1997, 270 square kilometres of the lower Kinabatangan floodplain was declared a protected area. And in 2001, this designation was upgraded to that of a bird sanctuary, largely through the efforts of the non-government organisations. That's what I like, a little nature lodge nestled in the jungles of Borneo. And I like their little motto, keeping it green and natural. Sounds good to me. I like this place. Look, tells you to watch out for elephants. Conservation in the Kinabatangan floodplain fulfills Malaysia's pledge as a signatory to the Ramsar Convention to promote the wise use of wetlands. Further efforts to have the area declared a national park have been opposed by the palm oil industry. Currently, the lower Kinabatangan wetlands represent the largest remaining forested floodplain in Malaysia and deserves full protection. Oh, that's perfect. What is it?
Blackcurrant juice.
Full of vitamin C.
It also helps create a different economy. Many lodges like the Borneo Nature Lodge provide locals with jobs. In turn, the guides educate us, the visitor, about the vital ecology of this area. Well, it's 5:30 a.m. in the morning and we're off to try and find wildlife because this is when the wildlife is out, when it's nice and cool. Jamie reckons I could even see a crocodile. Right, Jamie?
Yeah.
No swimming in there. Tough day at the office. So, Jamie, what are we likely to see?
Proboscis monkeys, of course. If you're lucky. Wild orangutans. Water birds. And I'm hoping some hornbills here as well. Yeah. See the movements of, see this big tree here, yeah? There, you see them jumping in there. See this brownish big tree, yeah.
Got him.
There are quite a few of them in there.
Yeah.
It is actually one of the best places in the world to see different species of primates. Perhaps one of the few in the world where 10 or 11 different species can be found there.
I found a little friend who's just sitting in the tree, calmly looking at the water, just hanging out in this beautiful morning light. But he's a cheeky little monkey just like me. Hello, darling. Now we've got two little macaques sitting on a branch, and it looks like you can see the lower one keeps going down to the ground to pick some stuff up. Must be eating something off it. But they're not that disturbed by us. They're just hanging out, doing their thing. From birds and monkeys, there are 50 mammal species located here, including the sun bear, pygmy elephant, Sumatran rhino, and 4 species of cats. If you are really lucky, you can also see elusive critters like the small-toothed palm civet. As the day starts heating up, wildlife becomes scarce, so Jamie suggested we take a look at the unique limestone caves. Wow, these are the most amazing cave systems, and there's actually 19 caves like this in the Gomantong Forest Reserve, and they're all in this sort of area, and they're home to like about 1 million swiftlets and about 2 million bats, many different species of bats. So it's pretty special to be able to come into these caves. But not only do we get to see these caves and the incredible homes they are for the wildlife, but we're here at the time of year where they actually harvest bird nest soup. So the guys are up there and they're getting all the little bird nests that the swiftlets make, and they value the spit and the nest and they make soup out of it. And there's only 3 times a year they do this, and they do it for about 2 weeks each time they harvest. So couldn't time it any better. But just to see this place is incredible in itself. Why have we got all these incredible caves here? How did they get here?
Well, Lynn, as we can see, this is actually a limestone cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is created by water, perhaps millions of years ago. You can see all this damage on the wall.
Yeah.
This is basically created by the water current itself. Yeah, these are scallop marks. And different sizes of these scallop marks indicated a different period of water until the water dried out. And it forms this like cathedral look chamber. We are here at this chamber where they are mainly occupied by these black nest swiftlets.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And the good thing is they wait for the swiftlets to nest, so they come in at certain times a year to make sure that they don't disrupt the bird's behaviour, correct?
Of course, yes. They have to make sure there will be no eggs or hatchlings inside this nest before Wildlife Department of Sabah allow them to harvest this nest. This is to make sure the breeding attempt for the birds continuously.
I just think it's incredible to see an ecosystem like this, or to see a natural geographical phenomenon like this, where these caves are formed over such a long period of time, not only providing homes for the swiftlets and the bats, but also now providing an amazing economy for the local people. It is a win-win. As the temperature dropped, we once again returned to the river. The main attraction for me to visit the Kinabatangan was the chance to see the Borneo pygmy elephant. It's so nice to see the beautiful jungles coming up to the river, but then we turn the corner and we can see palm oil plantations. The global ability to protect land is very small. We need to be protecting much larger areas. 30 to 50% of the entire ecology should be set aside to make sure that our planet functions properly. We heard that there could have been elephants much further down the river, so we've travelled about an hour and a half to come down the river, and just spotted some elephants over here, and apparently there are elephants both sides of us right now, so this could get exciting. I've actually seen him and he walked into the bushes, so now we've got to try and track him down. A crucial factor in these elephants' survival is the availability of large enough areas to roam. But even so-called protected areas are being encroached. There's a little baby there. Look, it's just through there. He's looking right at us. This is incredible. These are the Borneo pygmy elephants. And this is the Kinabatangan River in Sabah. And we have a family group here right on the bank. You can hear them talking. Oh my God, there's more over there. Another mummy and a bubby. This is amazing. This is one of the best places in Borneo to see this wildlife. This is great. Due to their small size, gentle nature, and relatively large ears, these elephants have been dubbed pygmy elephants. DNA analysis shows the Asian elephants in Borneo are genetically distinct and may have been separated from those in the mainland Asia about 300,000 years ago. This discovery highlights the conservation importance of Borneo's elephants. She must be itchy, got mud on her skin. Since 1986, these elephants have been listed as endangered, as the population has declined by at least 50% over the last 60 to 75 years. Less than 1,500 of these elephants remain, found mostly here in Sabah. Going right through. Oh, this doesn't get any better. Look, there's a little baby. Elephant societies are matriarchal, led by a female. Oh. Oh, you can see that she had a collar on her. That's their way of tracking these elephants to make sure that they can protect them. But look, they're going to come right through now. Hello, beautiful. Larger groups can be seen gathering in open feeding grounds, particularly on riverbanks. One calf is born at a time every 4 to 6 years. The gestation period is almost 2 years, and then the calves suckle for 3 to 4 years. That's a dedicated mother. I don't think anyone gets this close to these elephants in normal life. This is a little bit like being in a movie. I mean, I've got the pygmy elephant right there. I could almost take 4 steps and I could reach out and touch him. But I guess in a lot of ways, you know, these guys are dealing with so much at the moment. They're losing their territories. They're having to deal with so many different changes in our world. And yet, look at him. At least here he's happy, at least in this area. They can not feel too threatened. They know they're safe because these guys are protected. So I think we're starting to realise, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe he just wanted to say hello. Borneo pygmy elephants are forest herbivores. One adult can eat up to 150 kilograms of vegetation every day, feeding mostly on species of palms, grasses, and wild bananas. Wow, that is amazing to be able to see so many elephants in one spot. We've been hiking for elephants, we've been through jungles, we've had to work really hard. This river is incredible, and the experiences you can see and the wildlife you can see here is second to none. It just shows the importance of protecting these areas, not just for the health of our planet and to keep our climate stable, but so every species has a place. From us to the amazing pygmy elephants of Borneo. After incredible wildlife adventures in the jungles, it was time to see what Sabah's marine environment was all about. We've arrived. This is Turtle Island, a small sand cay in the middle of the Sulu Sea. Now, it's 40 degrees outside, so I don't blame the turtles for waiting till after the sun sets to come and lay their eggs, because they'll absolutely bake out there right now in the blazing sun. So we're going to make our way down to the beach and have a look at the beach during the day. Apparently this, turn left to get to the snorkel area. Wow. Well, the sun is just setting here, and we already have our first turtle making her way, or at least looking to make her way up the beach. She's just coming in now. Now, she might go back and forth for a while, and we don't want to disturb her, so we've got to stay really, really quiet. But this is really cool because they don't usually come up before it's dark. So how many turtle islands have you got here?
3 islands.
3 islands.
3 islands.
But this is sort of a really popular one for people to come and see it. Can you go and see it on other islands, or is this pretty much where they show the people?
Only this islands.
Because you guys also help in conservation, don't you? Because in Sabah, all these turtles are protected.
Yes.
And their eggs are also protected, aren't they? So she's just finished laying. She's now covering up her eggs and going to get ready to go back into sea. But we have lots and lots of turtle eggs here. Wow. She lays a lot, huh?
Yeah.
He's successfully collected all the eggs. We got 68 eggs. And now this beautiful female green turtle is now a successful mother to be, hopefully. And hopefully one of those little hatchlings may survive. But the chances of survival for a little turtle are about 1 in 1,000. So let's keep our fingers crossed that these are good little swimmers and this is a great mother. This is a green turtle. And do you have other species lay on this little sand cave?
Yeah, we have the hawksbill also.
The hawksbill?
Yeah.
Just the 2 of them?
And the other one is olive ridley, but it's not too many.
How many ranges are there?
Ranges, we have for one ship we have 4 ranges.
Yeah.
And in every sector we have 1 ranges.
Next, we're going to go back and you're going to rebury the eggs.
Yeah.
How long will they sit in the sand?
It's about 40 to 60 days.
In the sand?
Yeah.
Well, Joe's got the baby turtles. We're going to release them. We've got to do this part quickly because these little guys have a big swim ahead of them. So we're going to take them straight down to the beach?
Yes.
Yeah. We're heading to the beach. Now, how far do you, before the water's edge, do you release them?
About 2 meters from that.
2 metres? So just give them a little bit of a chance on land and then straight in the water. Out here? Time to let these little guys go. Now, do I just tip them up and let them run out?
Just slow,
Slow. Let them gradually. So this is it, the little guy's time to run to the water.
This line.
Oops. Okay. It's turtle action on this island. There's always turtles laying and there's always turtles hatching.
Yeah.
365 days of the year?
It's always every night like this.
Turtles are literally dinosaurs. Their earliest descendants dating over 200 million years ago. There are 7 different types of sea turtles on our planet. But after having survived so many evolutionary changes in both land and sea over millions of years, today they face an unsure future. All 7 turtle species are now listed as endangered. A major contributor to the decline of global populations is commercial fishing and incidental bycatch. Combine that with turtles eating plastic debris, dredging in sea turtle habitat, and development of nesting sites, and turtles are simply struggling to survive. The only answer, better environmental laws globally to protect vital turtle habitats. So I'm just watching the sun come up and the dawn is now broken and all that I can see is tracks in the sand and the green turtles have continued their way back out to sea. Apparently on this side of the island they had 9 turtles lay, so we've got to get the count for the other side. And that means there's more green turtles back in the sea. After seeing turtles lay on land, I headed to Malaysia's #1 diving destination and turtle hotspot, Sipadan Island. It feels surreal to be literally staying in the middle of the Celebes Sea. And when I look out there, I see one of Sabah's marine jewels, Sipadan Island. It seems all the marine life around this area attracts like a magnet to that tiny little island situated in the middle of this sea. It has not only become one of the world's leading dive destinations, but it's famous for its numerous turtles and its pelagic action of Barracuda Point. To understand how special Sipadan is, I spoke with the founder of diving in Sabah and diving legend, Clement Lee. So when was the first time you dived Sipadan?
Well, that was way back 30 years ago. I would say in the year 1983. I must tell you that first, when I first dipped my head in the water in the island of Sipadan, I knew that immediately that we have found our future in the diving world. The island is pretty small. It's about 35 to 40 acres of land, basically the land area. But the reef structures may be about 5 or 6 times bigger because the island is so small, but the reef structure is extended out. But some are very close to the island. For instance, what we name a dive site called drop-off point is only about maybe about 10 to 15 meters away from the sandy beaches. And that is where you have the vertical drop.
People travel thousands of miles to reach Sipadan, and I was no exception. Naturally, I was anxious to get in the water. Having done thousands of dives, I have a pretty good idea of a great dive location. See you underwater.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had the upper hand as I had previously dived Sipadan. The moment you put your head underwater, the reef's magic starts to unfold. There are sheer walls, coral plateaus, and plenty of pelagic action. At any time, you can find yourself surrounded by hundreds of fish. For me, being in the middle of action while diving is my favourite place to be. It is a privilege to be diving this underwater realm, and I always move calmly toward fish and marine species. Respecting it's their world and having them at ease with you in the water means that you get the ultimate encounter. So how many species have you got in Sipadan?
Well, marine fishes, why they are recorded with 3,000 over species.
In that one area?
Yeah,
in that little island?
in that one area.
So are many of these marine species protected here in Sabah?
Well, there are actually many of them. Shark is one of them. Now the whale shark is. The turtle, of course, is a protected species, and the manta rays are now, you have learned from the recent site, they are now being protected. And giant parrotfish, they call it bumphead parrotfish, they are all protected. But more so, because of the regulation of the divers on the island, that they are not allowed to stay overnight, and they have to have a permit before they can go in, meaning it is already self-regulatory. Diving tourism has raked in so much of the tourism receipt. At a rough count, I would say maybe about 5 to 6% of the total tourism receipt in Sabah.
The good thing about that is this kind of economy is a growing economy.
It is, actually.
And a sustainable economy.
It is
so
sustainable.
It's not like you're taking away your resource, you're actually
Right.
protecting it and making money
Exactly.
out. So tell me your favourite part of Sipadan when you go diving. What do you like seeing most?
The point is, to be very frank, as long as I'm in the water, I like it. But in Sipadan, it's very, very special. Any other dive site, I would love it. But if you ask me to pick a dive site that I love most, it's no doubt Barracuda Point, and Barracuda Point. Well,
Are you going to see barracudas there?
see, you?
Are there barracudas at Barracuda Point?
I make them see you. No, they are all day here. They are all year here, the whole year round. They may be moving to different dive sites. I'm sure you will. I tell you what, if you meet this group of barracuda with the tornado formation and when they circle downward, whoa, lo, behold, I tell you what, this is really pretty awesome.
Both on land and in the sea, environments work together, sustaining ecosystems for a wide variety of species. This trip opened my eyes to why Sabah is so spectacular. Lush tropical rainfall and geographic phenomenons have sculpted the landscape we walk through, creating a hotspot for flora and fauna. To see species like sun bears, monkeys, pygmy elephants, turtles, and so many other exotic creatures that rely on this habitat is a life-changing experience, highlighting to me the importance of maintaining biodiversity. But paradise continues to be lost around the world to palm oil and timber industries, and special places like Sabah are worth fighting for. We need to stop the destruction of old-growth forests and work on ways to restore environments already affected. If we don't, so many of these wonderful species could disappear forever.